Imagine you're out and about with your little one, meeting your mom friends at the park, and baby's hungry. So you go and find a quiet place away from the crowd. You put on your Haka pump to get some milk out. Then after you've done this, you just easy interchange that and put the teat in, convert it into a bottle, because now you're able to feed your hungry baby. And then once you're done with this and baby maybe hasn't finished everything you have expressed, you could then turn it into a storage container, because you can just put the sealing disc in. Now you have a storage container. So you move from your pump to a bottle into a storage container. A lot of moms like our Generation 3 range for exact that reason, because it's convenient, very easy, and you can do everything on the go. Hi, welcome or welcome back to our channel. My name is Christine, I'm from Haka and I'm a mom of 2. Today I want to talk about our Generation 3 range. What attachments do we have and how and when to use them. If you need any support during your breastfeeding or motherhood journey, just make sure to subscribe and push the bell button to get notified. So you might wonder, what is our Generation 3 range? Our Generation 3 range contains of glass bottle bottoms and silicone bottle bottoms. We have 6 different attachments for these, which are interchangeable. So let's go through the 6 attachments. We have our anti-colic teat, we have our orthodontic teat, our sippy spout attachment, which comes with a dangly straw. We also have a flange attachment, which turns the bottles into pumps. The flange attachment is not compatible with our glass bottles because you need suction, you need to be able to squeeze, and glass you can't squeeze. Then we have our feeding spoon attachment. Same with the silicone, it's not compatible with our glass bottles because you need to be able to squeeze the food onto the spoon. And last but not least, we have our sealing disc, which converts either the silicone bottle bottom or the glass bottle bottom into beautiful storage containers. Now let's start with our Generation 3 pump and the flange attachment. We've got 3 different generations, as you may know. We've got Generation 1, Generation 2 comes in 2 different sizes, and our Generation 3 comes also in 2 different sizes. Our smaller Generation 3 pump is 160 ml, which is about a little bit over 5 ounces, and our larger Generation 3 pump is 250 milliliters, which is a little bit over 8 ounces. Our Generation 3 pump has 3 different parts to it. Very easy to put together. You've got a bottle bottom, you've got the ring, and you've got the flange attachment. It's easy to put together and easy to clean as well. Again, very convenient for every mom. So unlike the other generations, what you want to do with Generation 3 is you want to push the air out from the bottom. With the other generations, you push the middle, but because it's a bottle bottom, this is a little bit stiffer, a little bit sturdier. So the bottom is very nice and flexible, so it makes it easier to ignite suction. Push the base in, center it nicely over your nipple. Once it's nicely centered, you just let go and let the suction do its thing. Now let's move on to our smaller Generation 3 pump. It's a little bit different with the smaller one, because what you want to do, you want to push in the bottom a little bit diagonal, so it gives you a nice grip and you can easily ignite the suction. Put it on nicely, center it, and let go. And again, the suction will do its thing, which is really, really cool. Now I've showed you the lighter way of applying Generation 3, but same with the other generations, you can use a stronger suction just by folding the flange back. Some moms like it, some don't. You gotta find out what works best for you. Very important, just have a play around. Again, it works the same. You fold the flange back, diagonal, push the base in, put it onto your nipple, and then fold the flange back. That gives you a strong suction. As you can see here, your breast has been nicely drawn into the flange. Regardless how you use them, if you use the lighter way of applying or by folding the flange back the stronger way, the suction is always stronger compared to our Generation 1 and 2. And that is purely because our Generation 3 has a bottle bottom, and the bottle bottom is thicker, the silicone is thicker. If you want to know more about our Generation 1 and 2 and more depth explanation of how to use the pump, just click the card above and it will link you to our YouTube video, how to use the Haka pump for beginners. Now let's dive into a little bit more into our bottle teeth attachment. So we've got two different bottle teeths. We've got an orthodontic teeth, which is off-centered, as you can see, and it's shaped a little bit like mom's nipple. That's what a nipple looks like when a baby is latching on. So this is recommended for breastfed babies. And our second bottle attachment is our anti-colic teeth. It looks like this, it is centered, and it's recommended for bottle-fed baby. It's called anti-colic teeth. However, both of our teeth are anti-colic because what they have vents that allows airflow. Both of our teeth have 3 different flow rates. We have a small, a medium, and the large flow rate. If you want to know more about our bottles, bottle teeth, and flow rates, comment below and we will make a whole new video for you. Now let's talk about our sippy spout attachment. Our sippy spout is a drink bottle with a weighted straw. The straw is made of silicone and the weight is stainless steel. The weight though is covered in silicone, so it's very safe for your little ones to drink from. So the sippy spout is good when you want to get your little one to be a little bit more self-independent. You know, when they get a little older, they want to do everything on their own. So you can put the liquid you give to your little one in here, put the attachment on, and then they can just self. The good part about this attachment and the weighted straw is that it follows the liquid and avoids any frustration. Now let's talk about our silicone feeding spoon bottles. It comes in 2 different sizes. We have the 160 milliliters and a 250 milliliters feeding spoon bottle. The feeding spoon attachment is silicone, which is very flexible, very easy to use. I love this option because the feeding attachment is a mess-free, easy on-the-go feeding solution. So you can put your purees, your yogurts, anything. Right, now let's start our demonstration. And I've got our lovely Oscar here, and I also have a very delicious berry smoothie. So traditionally you would use your spoon going into your food and feeding baby with it, just like that, yeah, and then that happens. And in order to avoid this mess, what you can do, you can just use our silicone feeding spoon bottle. So you basically just put your food in here. Make sure it's not too solid because you want to be able to squeeze it onto the spoon. So you put it all in. There you go. Now you screw the top on, and then you have a mess-free way of feeding your baby. Hold it a little bit like a bottle, you know, you push it right in the front, you basically squish it, and you can decide how much food you want to put onto the spoon. So yeah, once you've got the food on the spoon, you can feed your baby. If baby is finished but there's still some food in it, yeah, so then you put your lid back on and you can store it away for the next round. Last but not least, let's talk about our sealing disc attachment. The sealing disc, as the name says, is a disc and converts basically your bottles, being the silicone or your glass bottles, into storage containers. Because more often than not, there might be some leftover milk, there might be some leftover puree after using your feeding spoon attachment. So just pop the sealing disc on and convert it into a storage container and store it away. So once your baby is finished with their bottle or finished eating puree, baby's growing up into a toddler, so you can use it as storage containers. So when you go out and about for picnic, when you go on a car ride, put food in here, put some snacks in for your child, have it on the go. Really amazing because the sealing disc is airtight, and like if you put in nuts or chips, they don't get stale, so you keep nice and fresh. Very easy. You basically just put whatever you like. I actually had some M&Ms in mine and my girls loved it. Put some food in. I've got some tomatoes and some grapes in here, nicely on the go, easy to pick as well. And yeah, or put some nuts in, which again, as I was saying, keeps it nice and airtight and fresh so they don't get stale. Yeah, and have it on the go. How easy is that? So now that you understand all the different attachments, what they're all about and how to use them, you might be wondering which ones to get. Should I get all? Should I get one? What are the best options for me here? It is very good to know that you can get all the attachments you've seen in the video today separately. So if you feel like you don't need that but you want that, no problem, you can get it on its own. Starting from the flange to the bottle bottom, down to the sealing disc, the caps, even the colored rings, you can get them all separate. Also, here we have our pump and bottle pack, which includes 2 bottles, 160 ml. It includes the flange attachment where you can convert the bottles into a pump, and of course it has 2 sealing discs as well, as I was mentioning earlier, that you can convert everything into a storage container, put your milk away, store it away, or use it for something else when you're out and about. And this is our bottle and pump premium pack. As the name says, it's premium, so you've got all the attachments included in this pack except for one, and that's our anti-colic teat. That's not included. But yeah, it grows with your baby, and once you get this pack, you don't have to get anything else because you can just use it until toddlerhood. I would love to know whether you've used any of our Generation 3 attachments and what is your favorite. Just comment below. Also, you can find us on our social medias. Just make sure to subscribe and push the bell button to get notified.
Did you say voila?
Voila. Voila.
I thought it was V.
Yeah.
Voila.
I voila.